I'm Evan.
I'm Jihad.
You're listening to the Intern Show on 92.5 The Bear. We're going to be counting down our top 5 MLB teams predicted for this next season, who we think will be standing at the end, top 5 records. And so go ahead and start with your number 5.
Mine is Detroit Tigers, Justin Verlander, Miguel Cabrera, those guys.
Yep.
Delman Young. So that's my number 5 team. They're great.
Yeah, they're definitely a good team. Yeah, I like their chances. They did choke really bad in the World Series, but they did make it all the way there, so you got to give them some props.
Yeah.
My number 5 is the Atlanta Braves. They got the Upton brothers. They got all sorts of great talent on that team.
Jason Hayward.
Yeah, Jason Hayward. Brian McCann's still one of the better catchers in the league. All sorts of talent. Dan Uggla.
Yep.
Used to be on your Marlins. So, yeah, that's my number 5.
My number 4 is New York Yankees. I know they're kind of old, but, they're old. They're like the San Antonio Spurs of the Major League Baseball, They're old, but they win, and I think they'll end up winning. They'll probably get second in the AL League, and I'll tell you who number 1 is going to be in a little bit.
All right. Yeah, my number 4 is actually going to be the Detroit Tigers. I was going to have them higher on my list, but I agree. I think they should be a little bit lower just because of their getting swept in the World Series. But they do still have Prince Fielder. They do still have Miguel Cabrera. So great batting percentages, great power in that lineup. So yeah.
My number 3 is Los Angeles Angels. Albert Pujols, Mike Trout, Mark Trumbo, Josh Hamilton. And their pitching staff is still
stacked.
They're stacked.
Stacks on deck. Their pitchers are gonna be the deciding factor. If they get some decent pitchers, then they're good.
They're all right for a while.
But how about my A's winning the AL West in 2012?
Whatever.
Oakland.
They ain't gonna do nothing this year. You don't even have them in the top 5. So
yeah, well, they're my number 6. All right.
All right.
But anyways, yeah, I hate to say this since, I do not like any of the other AL West teams, but I do have the Angels as my number 3. Just stacked roster.
Yep.
I mean, I don't really have to say anything else. Look their roster up. They have, Pujols, both Mikes.
Yeah,
they got and Josh Hamilton. Yeah,
I don't have to explain yourself, man.
Yeah,
everybody knows. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, and C.J. Wilson did bad last year. Imagine if he does good. I mean, they're gonna be dangerous.
Yeah.
All right, I'll hate playing them.
My number 2 is San Francisco Giants. They just won a World Series, so I believe they deserve to be in the top 5, and they didn't lose any of their players. Basically, they signed everybody basically to 1-year contracts again, because they always do that. They don't sign big free agents. They keep everybody together, and they always end up winning. So I guess I have to put them at number 2. So
yeah, the thing I don't like about the Giants is they have such a high payroll, but I mean that really doesn't affect my liking of them. I just think that since last time they won the World Series, the year after that, they didn't even win their division. They got beat out by the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna say they missed the playoffs this year barely. But I think the Dodgers are gonna take their spot. This is my number 2. I have the LA Dodgers winning the number 2 with all their free agent signings. They got all their free agent signings at the end of last year, but when it was too late, and they almost made the playoffs. So I think if they have a full season together, they're gonna be able to have that chemistry to make it all the way to the National League playoffs.
My number 1 is pretty simple. Everybody heard about them. Toronto Blue Jays. They got everybody from the Marlins, basically. They got everybody.
Yeah.
They got R.A. Dickey, the NHL Cy Young winner. So it's like
it's
the
basically
Jose Bautista, Jose Reyes, Mark Burley, Josh Johnson. They got everybody. So.
Yeah, well, that would be interesting because the Marlins were so bad last year, and a lot of those players were together. I know. I agree with you. My number 1 is the Toronto Blue Jays, but I'm just saying their lineup is great. Their pitching is going to have to get a whole lot better because the Blue Jays always have a good lineup. Last year, their pitching staff, their best pitcher was Brandon Morrow. And
he's with them still, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's over.
Yeah.
AL East is
but
just gone.
But anyways, the Blue Jays are also my number 1. So that's it for the MLB. And upcoming here we have our movie topic, which is our last topic of the day every week. So stay tuned for that. You're listening to the Intern Show on 92.5 The Bear. I'm Evan.
And I'm Jihad.
We got the last break for you here. We got the movies coming out this week. You can see them at your Merced Mall or Merce downtown theaters, and we got a great variety this weekend. Kind of every target audience has a movie coming out for them. We got A Good Day to Die Hard, you know, all the men, all the fathers, you know, even some of those ladies out there, you know.
Yeah.
The series has gone back for a long time. I am definitely looking forward to Bruce Willis's A Good Day to Die Hard. How about you?
Well, how long it has been in, like, wait, when was the first movie made?
1988, which is
and he had
25
hair
years
back
ago.
then. So
Yeah,
you know, I only watched, I believe, the last one, the one with that kid in it who played
Justin Long.
He played on Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, but that's the last one I saw, and that was pretty good. So, you know, I might be able to see. It's coming out this weekend. It's rated R, huh?
Yeah.
It's always rated R. Okay. But yeah, it seems like a good movie, and it's Bruce Willis, so he's a huge action star. So yeah, it'll probably be one of the best movies of the year, probably.
Okay. And then for the ladies, or young teenage girls mostly, Beautiful Creatures comes out this weekend. I know me and you aren't interested in that, but that's not our kind of target market.
Well, I know, but I remember they had a book about it, and I heard the book is good, but the movie, it looked kind of whack. It just looks like. It's the same thing. It looks like they're not. Are they vampires?
It's Twilight 2.0.
It's Twilight, basically. It's Twilight again. It's like the girl falls in love with a human guy. It's the reverse. The vampire falls in. Okay, it's reversed.
It's reverse. Oh,
and
I got it.
She has a little bit of time to turn into a vampire. She has 60 days, whatever.
Yeah, she gets to choose between light and dark magic.
It's just dumb. And it's like, it don't matter if it's vampires, okay? There ain't no light or dark about it. It's all dark. It's like, it's dumb. It's like, I don't know. Girls like that kind of books. I don't know.
I agree with you. I won't be watching that. Another chick flick here. Safe Haven with Julianne Hough. I gotta say, she's pretty cute. She was on Dancing with the Stars. She's a good dancer and singer. She's been in a ton of movies. She's actually, her real life boyfriend is Ryan Seacrest, which is kind of funny.
That's Ryan Seacrest. Oh, that's her. Okay.
Yeah,
Julianne Hough. Okay, I know who it is now.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, she's hot. I thought he was always gay, but you know, that's just me.
No, I agree with you. She is beautiful, but yeah, her movie, it's about a girl getting away from a guy, and she meets this guy whose wife died, and they fall in love.
Oh, it's always the wife dying in the
girl. Yeah, it's always the widower or the, you know.
Somebody's gonna die in that movie, I can tell. Somebody's gonna die.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe. It looks like a
stupid movie.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a chick flick, so if you like that, go see it. And then we have something for the kids. Haven't heard much about this. It's a cartoon, though, so, you know, it's been the first cartoon out in a while. You know, the theaters have, like, I know downtown here, they've had that Wreck-It Ralph movie open for, like, 4 months just because there hasn't been any other little kid movies. But they finally have one, and it's called Escape from Planet Earth. It's got Brandon Fraser doing the voice acting. You know, the guy who played George of the Jungle, the guy who was in The Mummy Returns, all that stuff. So
it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, I doubt it's gonna be good.
You know, when I think of Brendan Fraser, I think of The Mummy. So
yeah, like but if your kids are, if you're dying to get the kids out of the house,
no, if your kids are like 3 or 4 or 5, there you go watch it. But if your kids are like 10, they're gonna know like it's. I know. Yeah, they're gonna be like it's stupid. Okay, that's dumb.
Well, I'd say 8 and under.
8 and under, good for you.
Yeah, so it's not one of those movies that's really targeted towards teenagers, like you know, Despicable Me and some of those like Shrek. You know, all of those like all audiences.
I watched that Shrek.
No, I know you didn't. Yeah, I'm trying to finish. Yeah, those are kind of cartoons that are for all ages. Yeah, but this one doesn't really look like that. So probably not gonna go see that for sure. I won't. But you know, there's lots of DVD great movies that come out too, as like Skyfall, other stuff.
And haven't you noticed like they don't play movie theaters no more? They don't play G movies. They never have G movies in there no more. Yeah,
most of them go straight to DVD. Yeah. Yeah. So there's definitely good movies out on DVD and at the theaters. So go check them out. And that's our show for the week. We'll see you next week. I'm Evan.
And I'm Jihad.
You finished listening to the Intern show on 92.5 The Bear.
Well, pow!